The skill we're going to perform is seizure precautions. First things we need to do is perform hand hygiene. This is done by doing hand washing and by the use of the alcohol. So once you've done a hand hygiene, next step is you need to enter to the patient's room and introduce yourself and identify the patient using at least 2 identifiers. Hi ma'am, I'm Hardy Gamad Jr. I'm your nurse today. Before we proceed, may I ask your name and the date of your birth? So after verify the patient's name and introduce yourself, next is you need to begin the initial procedure. So there are 4 things that we want to take note when doing the seizure precautions. So first of all we want to make that there is a pillow beneath the patient's head. So a pillow is very important. So because it elevates the head of the patient, and this elevation prevents the pooling of secretions in the mouth, which could zip into the airway. So if the patient's head were to be flat, these secretions might end up going to the airway, and this could cause airway obstruction. So second things we want to note is the side rails and pad. So in our case we don't have the side rails. So what we're going to use is our pillow. So side rails with pad or pillows are important because they prevent the patients from falling down. So the third things you want to take note is the bed height is as low as possible. So we want to keep the best height for 2 possible reasons. So first of all, this minimize the injury of the patients if ever the patient were to fall during the seizure. So because the closer the bed to the floor, the lesser the chances of the patient sustaining very serious injury. Then the last is keep unnecessary equipment out of patients. So room like sharp objects that reach into the patients. Then next, once assess these 4 things, the pillow beneath the head of the patients, the side rails or pad, or the side rails or pillow, the height of the bed, and the unnecessary equipment. So in our situation, so you also want to prepare the sanctioning equipment. This is one and your oxygen. So this is one in your oxygen. So use in fact do not so in our situation we have this oxygen tank. So however, this is not the only things you can use. In fact, you do not have an oxygen. So you can also use centralized or simply an oxygen bag. So it is important to keep these 2 ready by the patient's bedside. So in the event that something happens, interventions can be made immediately to help the patient. So also you need to assign the patient to the room in close proximity to the nurse stations. So to maintain continuous observation. So you need also to instruct a patient not to get out to the bed without the assistance. So you need to assure that call bell is always within the patient's reach. So make sure that the family knows where. So you need to make sure the family knows where it is and how it is used it. And also you need to avoid use of restraints because restraints can cause injury to the patients. And also you need to obtain a one-to-one care provider. So if patient is unable to follow instructions to maintain safety. So you need also to check the vital signs of the patients every 15 minutes. So and maintain the airway patency. So during the post-ictal, you need also to immediate following the seizure, during which the patient remains comatose or superiorous. So you need also to check that. And also finally, it is imperative that the nurse focus on observation and response, being at risk of having a malseizure while unattended is extremely dangerous. So because of the potential of catastrophic injury and or choking, when this risk is identified or should be identified, the nurse on a duty to know whenever there is an onset of seizure and to be in attendance during the clonic or wild uncontrolled movement and champagne of the jaw and post-ictal phases. And that is the procedure in performing on the seizure precautions. Thank you.